Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So a new archetype was revealed yesterday for Supreme Darkness, so world premiere, TCG premiere, and it's a promising start. They got a couple of new monsters. It's a ritual based archetype. They have a counter trap, this one, basically an Infernity barrier, well, not a counter trap, but it's basically an Infernity barrier for the deck. 2 level 4 monsters, they have 2 level 8 ritual monsters, they have a ludicrous strong fusion spell, very similar to Advanced Ritual Art and Branded Fusion, basically, but for ritual summons. So Ryzeal, obviously. Why Ryzeal? Well, you'll see. Again, the combos might be familiar because we featured them last week, featuring the heraldic stuff, right, with Ouroboros, discard 5. Basically the same combos. The thing is that now you're using King of the Feral Imps, generic and not once per turn. And the new archetype is obviously reptile based. You're keeping your normal summon for one of the level 4 reptiles, which is basically their searcher, the spell searcher. And as mentioned before, basically the same lines as you saw before, featuring the heraldic beasts. And because we're also getting this new card, what is it, Twins of Eclipse, something like that. Ridiculous card as well, so we go for Note, Tribute, this Reborn King of the Feral Imps again. Again, its effect is not once per turn, detects to search another key piece, another extender. Could be a brick, you could definitely, there's like 2 bricks, the Serpent and the Ragnarika cards. But you'll see that they definitely have an added value. So Branded Fusion, ritual summon from hand, the level 8, and use the 2 materials from deck. Sending Serpent, that triggers Serpent, and the other one, the blue one, the purple one. That one triggers when like tributed, and then that gets back one of the archetype cards from the graveyard, their Branded Fusion. And then it's not once per turn, you can use the other effect of the Branded Fusion, of their fusion spell, right? So ritual summoning from the deck, but using the materials on your field or hand. Now the cool gimmick of this deck is both of the level 8s, when they're tributed, they become a searcher, so search everything from the deck, for the archetype. Plus, the middle one, that's the better one, he becomes it's basically a monster negation, but your opponent needs to discard a card, so very similar to Magic Drain. But you see, this was just a 1-card combo. 1 bonfire equals this field, currently in a TCG. So again, we'll come back to those in a couple of moments. So basically, very similar, but now with, featuring a duel, or in a duel. I think already through the counter trap. So, okay, that gives me another gimmick of the deck. So, one of the spells here for the deck, next to their Branded Fusion, is, what is it, Prayers? Prayers? It's a quick play spell. It's basically a searcher, but if you tribute a monster, you can reborn a monster as well. So, it's a powerful spell. It's a ridiculous spell. So, very similar combo line, if not the same, probably the same. Yeah, it should be the same. And you're basically almost ending on the same board. So King of Feral Imps, not once per turn. So again, the Ragnarika, I'm not so sure if it's really mandatory. Same for, the entire deck list. Suggestions are definitely welcome. So Fusion Summon from hand, dropping level 8. That's a monster negator. It forces your opponent to discard a card. Otherwise, a monster effect will go through. And when he's tributed, it will reborn itself and Raigeki your opponent's board away. You will see. So go for the other one, Ritual Summon from the deck. That one reborns a monster from the graveyard, from the archetype. So extend, you could definitely go for Dugaris to draw 2, discard 1, drawing more hand traps. Dweller, I guess, but against today's format, Dweller doesn't really do that much, so probably Dugaris is the better one. Anyway, so let's see. The interruptions. We have Detonator with 3 materials. We have the fusion. We have the Infernity barrier, I guess, and interruption. So as soon as your opponent summons a monster, I can reborn my monster from the graveyard, the level 4, and that basically sets up you for next turn. I know their effects, Exorcister to overlay and cheat out the exceeds as well, but we have Detonator, we have not the counter trap, but you have the trap, etc. So this is cool. We use Prayers, tribute to ritual, to search basically anything from the deck, a monster. Because the ritual is tributed, you can search any card from the archetype and then reborn itself to Raigeki your opponent's board away. That's nice, that's really cool. So nope, no Exorcister shenanigans, they still have follow-up plays, we still have Detonator. We force them to discard, otherwise the monster effect will be negated. They discard, so the monster effect goes through, but they lose their target. That's nice, so one set. The trap, we are negating that, and this is again really cool. So we tribute the level 8 ritual again. We can search first because it was tributed, basically setting up your entire engine. It reborns itself and Gekis again. Ah, so silly. There is definitely potential with this archetype. Sure, like the ratios are still there to be, you know, tested, to try out. But for now in the TCG, there is some potential. It's not top tier, but it's really cool. It has potential. So the cool gimmick here is, okay, Bonfire is negated, so there's no one-card combo. Well, there is, because basically any of your Ryzeal cards are your one-card combo. That's the gimmick. So for sure, I mean, they obviously should hit Ryzeal probably, but anyway. So depends on the lines here and your hand, either Duel Drive first or King of the Feral Imps. We go for Feral Imps first, and this is a cool gimmick. So tribute to the level 4, tribute itself, you know, because a monster was tribute, you can reborn a monster from graveyard, the level 4, that searches the Branded Fusion, and basically the same lines. Duo Drive is also broken, detach to search to, you don't have to search the monster reborn, but we can search the field spell instead, go for Twins of Eclipse. You go for Note, send it away, and then reborn, you know, basically the same lines as we've seen before. Konami knows what they're doing with, you know, bringing out Eclipse, etc. So go for Detonator for more interruptions. Yeah, cheat out, I guess, or Ritual Summon the level 8. Send Serpent and indeed the other one, the purple. Again, I'm not going to butcher their names, to get back the Brandon Fusion from the graveyard, right? Fusion Summon, not Fusion Summon, but Ritual Summon, the level 8 from deck, and then tribute away, surge there, you know, Infinity Barrier, Omni Negation, fantastic, you know, stuff like Droplet, etc. So setting up for next turn, again Dweller, but probably the Garrus is probably just a better play, you know, drawing more hand traps, discard one, you know, one of your useless cards. So really cool. So a couple of, you know, just some interactions, because this is the last one, should be the last one. Fenrir is fine. You know, your opponent summons a card, we can reborn to search. Fenrir triggers, I guess you could keep Imperm and, you know, use your field spell to force out Fenrir. Or, you know, negate Fenrir that way. So this is all fine. Again, monster effect is activated, so we can pop Fenrir, I guess. We have still many interruptions left. Yep, that's all fine. Ryzeal, we're negating Ryzeal, tributing the ritual, and then, you know, I can search because the ritual was tributed, and then it will reborn itself because it was tributed, and it will Geki your opponent's board. And again, you're basically set up for next turn, right? Because of the searches and because of the interaction with the archetype and archetypes. So you can definitely use them featuring Ogdoadig, but you know, Ogdoadig, so for this, it's really cool. The thing is that the ratios, I'm still, you know, testing the two cards, right side are bricks. I mean, Serpent is fine still, as you saw, you could extend through hand traps. So, you know, definitely leave feedback. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Signing out. Peace.